I don't know
Should I
what's
get?
going. Just opening up.
Okay. Should I click on that? You can see me, but I can't see you. It's
We're working on that.
oh, there you
Okay, there we
are.
go.
Hey, how you doing?
Um. Oh, feeling like a bunch of cherries right now.
Well, Kimberly, I appreciate you taking the time to talk, and really, I just want to first just talk about what is important and what what you want to get across to people and help people with. If you wanted to start off about really what it is that you want people to know, and what how you want to help people.
um. Well, I want everybody to know that God is real and to stay in alignment with your higher self, your higher purpose. Um. Do activities that bring the best out of you and not the worst out of you. Understand that there's a high level of low vibrational entities around, but also with that awareness, there's high vibrations around as well. So we just need to have more awareness where we're trying to go and what we're trying to do and what's going to make us happy in the long run.
And so that's what you're focusing on, being involved in a high vibration, and that's something that people should aspire to. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now let's talk a little bit about you. What's going on with you lately? Obviously, you've had a great music career, long music career. What's up with Kimberly these days?
I'm well. Like I'm pretty independent. I do not like to depend on other people, so I try to stay away from codependencies and codependent relationships. That's why I do have my own company, and I pretty much am my own woman and my own boss for a very long time now. And so I've been restructuring some old patterns that stimulate from singing and playing guitar, which was my first accolade into music. Drums was secondary, and it just was a phenomenon, which I'm really grateful for. And I'm very grateful for the people I've worked with, and all the work that we've done has been a huge success across the board, from Broadway to hip hop to jazz. So I'm very grateful to that, and I thank God for that ability to share gifts in that way. You know.
Kimberly, absolutely. And I would be remiss. You were a little bit in the news recently. I don't know if you saw, or if, but what could you just explain to me what prompted that, and why you believe this sort of negative energy was coming from Beyonce, and just talk about that a little bit so we can understand that.
um, well, I definitely did that to definitely be so clear to cut the cord that I don't want to have anything to do with this person at all. I don't want to work with them. I'm even embarrassed that I have worked with them because it's literally shattered everything that I've tried to build after doing that work in my life. So if I have I always said when I was a kid, I never would want to regret anything, but this I regret. I regret that we ever worked together because it's turned my life completely upside down. She's not been able to let me go. She's not been able to let me progress into a mature woman and work with other people, build other great entities and statues and trophies that develop in the arts world and music. She's just been a savage, stealing my intellectual property, stealing my ideas, uh, just basically doing anything and everything to damage any type of happiness that I could have had up to current. That be in my own independent career, establishing my own company, my own music, relationships, whether it be business partnerships, personal relationships. So I've had to do a lot of work, a lot of practice of self-love. I know that, I was that kid that grew up and always did the right things and always studied really hard and always did a lot for whoever I was working for and the company. And, that time has come and passed over and over again. And it's just been a nightmare to try to move on and do other things with other people without it getting totally destroyed. Other people I've worked with that have been on a plateau have been paid to fire me. I found this out, and then it just kept happening. So it was a pattern. You get really excited about something, you build it up, You invest all this time and everything in it, and then, she comes and pays people to fire me and insult me, and it's just been disastrous. And, I'm pretty strong, so I've, kept my train moving forward and establishing new relationships and in different entities of the industry. Like, stepping away from jazz, going into pop, going into hip hop, going into independent writing, composition writing, teaching, touring, television, inspirational speeches, helping people cleanse, become more aware of, their purpose here spiritually, Broadway. And so I have a lot to give to the world. And she's just, I think there's a huge amount of jealousy there that she hasn't discussed with me. And but everybody knows, it's interesting that, the public doesn't know all these things, but the people that are associated in the higher powers, to say more or less do, and I've just been bullied this entire time. This has been going on for a very long time. And so it's taken God's strength, actually, to really make me get up and go stand up for myself. And doing that, starting with a restraining order. I don't want anything to do with this person, like, at all. I've said that for a very long time. I've even relocated cities and houses and apartments, and ways have been found to manipulate that and control that. I've lost a huge amount of money dealing with this situation. A lot of money has been stolen from me. A lot of rental deposits have been stolen from me. Just any money that was ever coming to me has been stolen and manipulated by this person. And it's all just a very wicked tactic to just keep me down and keep me under some type of control. And I've had enough, I've had enough. So the fact that I even had the strength to go file a restraining order, which I did, to be very confidential, is already was so much for me, because I'm such a nice, loving, patient, tolerable person. This has been going on since 2006, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And for a very long time, I put this person on a pedestal. I love them. I send emails, publicly, happy birthday and all this stuff. And the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, just all kinds of things. So I come to you very pure with no makeup on. I just got out of the shower. I took an Epsom salt shower. I love that for my skin. And I'm totally into just self-nurturing and self-love, because that's what I need right now.
Well, and Kimberly, and I appreciate you coming out. You do look you look fantastic just stepping out of the shower. But I'm embarrassed at how I look right now. But and let's just, I don't want to stay on the negative for more than just a couple more minutes. So let's just go live, and then we'll get to the positive. So there was some, just, I have to ask, just because it was out there, about what happened with your cat? What happened with this? She cast spells. What exactly happened there with your cat, and then with your money and your phone?
My money is tied up right now. Right now. She's trying to force this third world country type of way of living on me in the United States. It's very interesting. I grew up with pets, and I lived in New York City for a very long time, and I really wanted one. It will be a year that I got the cat, and the cat died, like today. Beautiful kitten. She's 3 months old. She was abused, and I went and picked her up. She was beautiful, and we had a good time for a moment, and then like a lot of weird stuff started happening, and then so I decided to take it back, and I took it back, and the cat started doing weird magical stuff. Like I'm telling the person, the nurse, like, hey, I don't want this kitty. Please take it back. It's being weird, and I don't, I've lived with cats for almost 20 years as a child. These behaviors I'm experiencing from this cat is challenging my 20 years of education with living with a cat. And so something's wrong with this kitten, and I don't want it, and the cat just, had its own personality. It stuck its hand out and grabbed my finger, type of weird, crazy shit. Excuse my French. I'm going to France soon, so I'm just practicing. And so I kept the cat out of guilt, out of, emotional ambiguity. I drained my bank account on the situation, and then I took the cat to the West Coast to do a job in San Diego, La Jolla, and more bipolar activity started happening. I was getting abused every time I came home from work, and I'm talking about like 12 to 16-hour days. I come home to rest, and then the cat is like, well, not 12 to 16. I mean, I would have breaks, because that's like, I would come home for lunch every day, and then come home for dinner, and then I would come back to rest. And I was just getting abused to the point where I'm still healing from a scratch on my rib cage at this time, because it drew blood. It was awful. It was very, very awful. I've never been attacked by an animal, and I was at this time. And my scar is still healing on my rib cage. So it was so manic and gnarly that I ended up calling two psychics to, like, I got the first word from the first psychic, and I didn't want to believe it. So I called later after like right before this happened, to get a confirmation to make sure, because I didn't want to release this cat. I have an emotional attachment to pets, as we all do. And they were like, the cat has a spell on it. And I said, well, what about this person, that we are discussing at this time? They're like, yes, this person put the spell on the cat, and you need to get rid of it, like right away. You need to do something, because otherwise you're going to be in really, really, really huge trouble. And so I've been being followed this entire time. I'm dealing with a group of people, her specifically. They practice this. I don't know jack shit about witchcraft and magic spells and all this stuff. And I don't condemn anybody who does. Everybody, we live in America. It's the First Amendment. Everybody has their right to express freedom of speech and freedom of practice of religion, or no religion. So I'm very well aware of that. And that's also why I'm not religious, so that I can interact with all types of people. I'm very spiritual. I don't like diversity, and I don't like discrimination, because it just keeps us at a negative separation from each other. And so I'm being followed this entire time. I have colleagues that are seeing this happening, that I'm working with, and we're all like, this is crazy and this is gnarly. And so the cat was taken back to her people, and they killed it. So, and I have it on video, and I'm just like, I can't deal with this shit. But at the same time, it was a new job, and I couldn't not do my new job. And so I went into work, like my eyes totally bloodshot. Everybody thought I had smoked the biggest, bag of Bob Marley. And I was just like, no, I didn't do that. But that's cool that you guys are, cool if I did. But no, that's not what this is. Like literally my heart just got ripped out. This is very emotional for me. And, one of my true loves has been absolutely destroyed and is no longer with me. And I'm here at work trying to keep a happy face on. And yes, it was very emotional for me. And so, like I said before, the cat would have been a year old today. I've completely stayed away from pets because I don't want to endure that type of situation and experience anymore. I'm trying not to cry right now. But, yeah, this restraining order was not done as a publicity stunt. I don't want anything, and I really want to make that clear. I want nothing to do with this person. This was not to up my career. This was not to jumpstart my drumsticks, my CDs, my music, my label. I don't want anything to do with this. If you even offered me money, if anybody was offering me money for interviews, I would not take it. I don't want anything to do with this person. I want it dead. And it's even as far as me taking the legal matter and taking steps into putting it on writing and saying it, literally, that I don't want anything to do with this entire situation, with her money, with whatever she's got going on. I found a lot of my intellectual property stolen by her, my ideas, my drawings, the things I say, the things I do. She's even encouraged other celebrities to also steal and copy my ideas and things like that. So this has been a complete nightmare. I've been absolutely I don't want to say the word raped, but just brutally abused with this entire situation of her trying to control everything that I'm doing and where I'm going. I mean, I've even traveled to different cities and been followed with this witchcraft stuff, and it's like, so it's completely compelled me to go into the light, go straight to God. Like, I don't need a third party. Like, completely be very nice, be very loving, step in light, stay away from conflict because there's negative energy going on. And I don't know who to trust anymore, like, at all. Not that I'm like paranoid or anything, but energetically now because of this situation, I'm absolutely trained now to know who's good for me and who is not.
Well, Kimberly, can I ask you something? Can you just, to sort of dead this situation and maybe do it this way, if you were looking at Beyonce instead of unfortunately looking at me,
Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you.
thank you. But if you were talking to Beyonce right now, what